Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with Adam Day. You started eXp in the autumn of 2019, an American self-employed model. We're now 4 or 5 months into that. What have you learned? Talk to me.
What have I learned? Wow, it's been a big learning curve. I mean, I actually probably learnt more at one of my previous employers, a big orange brand, about how this could go a few years back. So I think what I've learnt I think there's a massive appetite for it. I think there's a huge industry push from the likes of with the help of the likes of yourself, other business models out there. There's never a day that goes by where I don't see a new hub self-employed model that starts up. So there's massive appetite. I've had dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of conversations, literally hundreds. I think what I've learned from that though is that although I've had hundreds of conversations, we don't have hundreds of agents yet. It's only 4 months in. There is massive appetite. We're 4 times ahead of where we thought we would be anyway. But I think the second thing I've learned is probably fear is just getting hold of people, because everyone loves the idea of it. Everyone loves the idea of eXp, but the fear is stopping them from actually taking that step.
We had that conversation before you started, and we thought that fear was an issue. Talk to me about a few stories, not mention names, of what people's going through people's heads. Is it lack of money, or is it fear of looking stupid, fear of failure, all the above?
I think it's all the above. I mean, there's definitely a lack of money. We're rubbish at saving money, us estate agents. I've never saved any money in my life. But I've had to go
on that nice kitchen of yours.
Yes, I did. But no, I went and got bank loans. I've always got bank loans. Whenever I've started a business, I've got bank loans, and I've not been worried about doing that because I've always backed myself to go out and win the business to be able to pay the bank loan back. But I think we've got probably a couple of dozen people that have applied to join eXp, because we only allow experienced agents to join. I've approved them, and yet they haven't signed the paperwork and actually gone forward with joining, even though they've been through the phone call with me, they've looked at our virtual world, they've had a video call, they've received the contract, they've got everything in place, they're happy with everything verbally, but they don't sign the dotted line to go ahead, even though there's only a 2-week notice period as well. So I think, so when I get hold of people, there's people that are saying they've got no money. I've got a couple of guys that are saying they're waiting until they've saved enough money, but tomorrow never comes, does it really? And there's another load of people who are saying, I'm waiting for this big commission check that's coming in March or April or May for this house that I sold last month, and I'll get a commission check then. And again, tomorrow never comes. But I get it. It's not easy, and it is scary.
What about the agents that have joined you? How have they got over their fear?
I mean, a lot of them have just jumped.
I mean, you said back to yourself. It's quite scary going to your other half and saying, I want to put 10 grand on the mortgage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, and not everyone's got 10 grand on the mortgage, but, there's some agents that have gone in and said, I've come in with 3,000 quid, literally started with £3,000. It's free to do door knocking. That's not everyone's cup of tea. I've never knocked on a door in my life, personally. I know you have. It's free to do social media. It's free to talk to your friends and family and your old client list, if you've got that list. It's free to walk around your town centre on a Saturday, evening in the pub, and talk to people and tell them what you're doing.
So why are estate agents who are Mr. Fancy Pants Valuer, very good at converting on the sofa, so bad at, let's be frank, it's the process of business generation, just being consistent at it. It is door knocking, it is canvassing, it is networking. Why are agents so rubbish at it?
I don't think they are, right? I've seen.
Remember, you've got people that have moved over. I'm talking about, if they back themselves.
Yeah, but if you look at the industry as a whole, and you've got all these,
we really are atrocious at it.
No, I disagree. I disagree. If you look at my hometown in Hitchin, right? We'll talk Putteralls, Rogers, who are now Country Properties, Stonegates, and Norgans. They were all estate agents on the high street. They were all fancy pants valuers, like you say, who set up their business. Now they're still there 20, 25 years later.
Yeah, because they had the balls to go knocking on the doors. I'm talking about matey boy valuer.
Yeah, but I still think people have got the balls to go and knock on the doors.
They haven't.
I think they have.
How they scale as hell. You talk to most valuers, and most of them will put. It's like video; they'll put it off constantly.
Oh, but videos, that's proper scary. That's really scary.
What, compared to knocking on the door? Most
well,
agents,
yeah.
honestly, you've got a room full of 100 agents, and you ask them how many religiously go door knocking and canvassing, and you could probably count it on probably 3 fingers.
I agree. I've never done door knocking. I've been doing estates for 23 years.
You've got to get out there.
I never had to when we started Hatched, or when I started with another brand in my area, which I mentioned. But you know, it was all canvassing. It was direct mail. That was what I did.
Okay.
Hunting, direct mail, and quantity over quality. It was just, you know, bombarding them.
What was holding you back door knocking?
Fear. Yeah, getting the door and not knowing how to do it as well.
But some of your boys and girls that work for eXp, work with alongside eXp, they go door knocking, don't they?
A few of them, not many. Not many.
What is it? A fear of rejection?
I think it's not knowing what to say. So we've got training in our virtual world, which you've presented in before.
Yes.
Actually, we should be telling everyone you're doing another presentation on the 31st of March, aren't you? But I think we're doing training on door knocking, how to do it properly. We've pinched a bit of your frozen pea method, if I'm honest. So I think there's more people going out
doing
doing
a whole
it.
lot, because it only works if you do the whole lot.
Well, yeah, no, we have copied the whole lot. I was trying to be a bit vague
Go
there.
It is a fear of rejection, because the most people that are attracted to agency valuers are people outward going. They want everyone to love them. Their biggest fear is rejection.
Yeah, it is a fear of rejection. It's a fear of not knowing what to say. It's a fear of someone slamming the door in their face. I think the other thing as well. You asked about what I'd learned about self-employed agency, and one of the things that I've learned is that the consistency isn't as great as I thought it would be. I think you get to a point where, you know, agents have said to me. So some of our agents that have joined have said to me after 3 or 4 weeks of canvassing direct mail or even door knocking, they've said, "It's not working."
Of course, it's not working.
And
That's what Mark said earlier on. You know, you can't get the fruit from the tree if you're planting the seed.
Well, exactly, and I say to them, well, look, this is the time when everyone gives up at week 3 or 4. That's when everyone gives up, and that's exactly the time you should be pushing through to week 6, 7, and 8, because that's when you'll start seeing results. Week 7 was my sweet spot with all the businesses that I've started up. 3 businesses now. Week 7 was my sweet spot of letters, direct mail. Okay. That was specific to direct mail. Is that the same as door knocking?
It's a softer version, but I'll let you. It's not,
go for 7 weeks.
For me to say yes or no. But yeah.
So people need to push through, and I think that's where. But that just comes with learning, and that comes from me learning about how agents react and encourage them to carry on.
How do you make your eXp people accountable? Because they don't work for you.
No, I mean, we've got this virtual world, and we have a meeting in there every Friday at 9:30 in the morning, so agents can come. It's not compulsory.
Have you got people that have asked you to be self-accountable to them? Do you think you need to?
Something else that I have learned, is that agents are very proud and they don't ask for help. So I'm actually now, again, I'm learning. Excellent. I'm having to go out and say, "Hi, do you want some help? What can I help you with? You know, do you want me to come and I'll come and do some leaflet dropping?"
You're still their tribal leader, even though
yeah, I guess so. And I've always taken on that mantle when I was at Hatched as well, and I'm not afraid of that. But at Hatched, it was very much you do what I tell you to do. Whereas this model is, I can't tell people to do what they've got to do, because I'm not the boss, they're the boss. So I have to be able to say, how can I help you? And so again, I'm learning that, and you know, we've had a few guys that, I had a guy a couple of weeks ago who said, "Oh God, I can't do it, Adam, I'm going to go back to the high street." And obviously I won't name who it was, but I said, "Why?" And he said, "I can't make it work, I just can't do this lead generation thing." And I said, "But what have you been doing?" And he told me what I'd been doing. I pointed in the right direction. He goes, "Right, I wish I'd known that." And I said, "Well, you should have asked my help. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you."
Thank you very much.
Cheers.